Turn it up, let it start. From block to block, we snatching hearts and jacking marks. And the
excuse me. That's a great way to start a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Drink some CBD drink mix from Miss Mary Jane's CBD edibles. I just forgot the name of their company, but they're shit. They don't even sponsor me. They just make good shit. I'll be honest with you. They make some good products. So I've been using their like little drink packets, little drink mixes with CBD for my post workouts for a while now. And it fucking works for me, so I keep using that shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Toke. My name's Eddie Law. This is what's on my mind this morning. Jesus, with the friggin'... If anyone has car issues, you guys know how annoying that fucking sound is. So, it's not really that's a car issue. Like, this car is, I bought it salvage, so it's, I already knew it was gonna have issues, like dumb stuff. So it's a dumb issue that's not really affecting the car whatsoever. But it's still annoying as shit. But anyway, so what is there to talk about today? Obviously, UFC this last weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I watched none of it. I caught the highlights, and because it was Saturday morning. I worked Saturday morning this last weekend, and then I went to an open mat to train. So zero time to watch anything. And so I know Mark Hunt lost by I think it was rear naked choke. He got dropped by Oleinik. I'm a little surprised it wasn't by Ezekiel choke, honestly, but Oleinik's Ezekiel choke is like it's a no-gi Ezekiel choke. His arms are that freaking long that he can snatch that shit and like finish you with it. It's rough. It's hard to finish someone with Ezekiel with your short arms or regular size arms. That's difficult, and for him to do it, be able to do it pretty consistent, pretty special. Other than that, I apologize I didn't watch any of the card. I'm going to catch up on it today and then talk about it probably tomorrow's Morning Toke or even Wednesday's Keyboard Warriors. So that'd be fun. What I did watch though was Canelo GGG, and now I can talk about the rest of the card. The undercard was solid. The fights on the main card before the main event, were fucking knockouts. It was finishes, man. As an MMA fan, you can appreciate that shit big time. So that was legit. The fight itself, I'm a Canelo fan. I make no bones about it. I'm a Canelo fan, through and through. I've been a fan of his. He's one of my favorite boxers ever. And he's from my hometown in Mexico. So he, it's one of those things when someone's from your hometown, you kind of already support them, right? It's kind of like that. It's not as much. That's not as much a thing here in the States as it is in other countries, right? For example, you don't hear that many, like if like Chad Mendes is fighting like fucking, I don't know, another American, you don't hear Chance of USA or wherever that, or state, like Tennessee, wherever, I don't know where Chad Mendes is from, but you know what I'm saying? You don't get that, right? When you get like a fighter from another country, you'll hear, chants of whatever country they're from. I mean, you will hear chants of USA when it's like Chad Mendes, Jose Aldo, right? Or, whatever. You'll hear USA. If it's in the States. If it's in Brazil, you hear that you're gonna die chant, all sorts of shit. But when it comes to boxing, if boxers from your country, there's almost this automatic support. But it kind of helps that he's from my exact hometown, and he's one of my favorite boxers to watch. So that was pretty cool. But anyway, so if you missed it, which I know you didn't, but if you missed it, Canelo won a majority decision in the rematch against Gennady Golovkin in Las Vegas on Saturday night. A lot of controversy that I don't think is due. And again, I started this out with a disclaimer that I'm a Canelo fan, right? So everyone's gonna hear this shit, be like, "Oh, this fucking guy's a Canelo fan. Of course you think Canelo won." Well, I do, but I'm letting you know that. Okay, so let's just go from the start, right? So they started the fight off, and Canelo comes out offensively. He's counter punching, but he's not backing up. he's like not backing up, and he's honestly, I thought he had the momentum from the get-go. I thought Triple G took the first round, and then after that it was all like Canelo's fight mainly. Even Golovkin was wearing it on his face for sure. By the end of the fight, his face was all fucked up, and Canelo had a cut over on his eyebrow. Nasty cut, but a cut nonetheless. And only one. The rest of his face was fine. So most of the fight, honestly, was Canelo landing good combos, starting and finishing sequences. Like, he would start off, land a couple punches. Golovkin would return with a jab or a right hook or whatever. And then Canelo would, return it, return right away instead of back up, reset, and then go at him again. So I could see why in the judge's hands, or in the judge's eyes, he won, a lot of rounds. Almost, as far as the other two judges that gave it to him, I think, like, was it 115, 113 or something like that? So I could see that. I think around 10 or 11, Golovkin stunned him. And it was like, I almost panicked. I was like, fuck. Like, shit, just hang on, Canelo, just hang on. Like, I thought he had the fight won at that point. I had him up like 8 rounds to like 3 or something like that. Or 7 rounds to 3, I had him at that point. And again, a Canelo fan, so I'm rooting for the guy. So I already knew my score was going to be a little wacky. Right? By the end of the fight, for some reason, like, I just had to figure that it was going to be a draw. Because it was close as fuck. I was just like, okay, this is a close fight. Nobody really took 100% control of it. Like, I think Canelo caused more damage than Golovkin by a lot. Other than getting rocked late in the fight. But I thought, they're gonna call us a draw. We're gonna have a third fight. Okay, well, fuck. So then the first judge. They're announcing the scores, and the first judge scores at 114, right? Draw. And then, I forgot, is it Martinez, something like Martinez, the announcer? He does the Invicta cards too, and some of the UFC cards. And he goes, and the other two judges score it, or judges, whatever, score it 115, 113, I think is what the score was. Don't quote me on that. But for your winner by majority decision. When he said for your winner, I was like, oh shit, somebody won? Like, they had to give it, I guess they felt like they had to give it to somebody. And he announces Canelo's a winner, and I was just like, I mean, I marked out, because that's my guy, right? But I legit thought they were going to score that a draw. I honestly still think it should have been a draw. I'm happy my guy won, but I also know that it was a close-ass fight. Had it gone to Triple G, I'd have been okay with that. I'd have been like, all right, well, what are you going to do? But to call it a robbery because Canelo won, like, fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, no. Not a robbery. Close ass fight. You know what I mean? Had it gone to Triple G, Canelo fans probably would have been declaring a robbery too, right? But it was a close fight. Come fuck out of here with that shit. So no, it wasn't a robbery. Nobody got robbed. Relax. Don't get all emotional. You pick a guy. That's the problem with boxing fans. They pick a guy and they get emotional over it. Like, relax, dude. Like, it's a robbery. Like, no, it's not a robbery. All right? It was a close-ass fight. We've seen legitimate robberies, like, in the UFC, especially. Well, in boxing, a lot. But, like, in the UFC, where, you get 3 rounds instead of 12 or 10 or whatever your, boxing match was been negotiated to be. You know what I mean? We've seen some real robberies there. This was not a robbery. This fight was close as shit. Like, some people had it 6-6, 6 rounds to 6 rounds at the end of it, and that's fair. You know what I mean? So, relax. You know what I mean? Fuck that. It's not a robbery. Relax with your crazy shit. And get mad if you want to. You can at me on this one if you want. I'll argue with you about it all day. And the only argument to get from me is it was a very close fight. I can't believe you're surprised that they actually, that whoever won. Like, again, I honestly wouldn't be bitching if Triple G won. I've been like, all right, well, it was close. What are you gonna do? Some people see it this certain way. So, I mean, I guess everyone's thinking we're gonna get the trilogy, and I wouldn't be upset about it. And I think Canelo already said it. If we gotta do a trilogy, let's do the trilogy, whatever. But I have a feeling we're not gonna get the trilogy. Not because Triple G doesn't want it, because I think he would. but because I think at the end of the day, Golden Boy is gonna find a way to get Canelo out of there, like out of that trilogy or out of that rivalry, I guess. And I think they're gonna move on to something bigger or something else. So, we'll see who they give him or who they get to fight him, or whatever drama they come up with. I'm honestly sick of fucking I'm sick of Oscar De La Hoya, honestly. Sick of this dude. That shit is getting old as fuck to have to listen to that guy talk. But also because he made Tito versus Liddell 3 or 4, whatever the fuck we're at now. I'm sick of Tito like a motherfucker, and I don't want to see Chuck Liddell get fucked up, honestly. 48 years old to 43 years old, like, I get it, they're both older dudes, but do we really need to see these guys fight? Like, I don't know what Oscar's trying to do with this shit other than trying to make a payday of some sort. And he's like, it's about the fighters. I'm trying to help the fighters. And I'm like, dude, you're not helping shit. You're hurting them. Letting Chuck Liddell get back in there? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, stop that shit, man. But they're gonna do it, and we're gonna watch it. Some of us will pay for it, some won't. But they're gonna do it. So, if they're gonna do it anyway, I'll watch, I guess. But it's not. I'm not gonna be super pumped about it, and I'm not pumped at all about it. But it's gonna happen anyway, whether or not I want to see it. So I guess I'll watch it. I only know one guy that if he says if he's against something, he won't watch it, and that's Jesse, because Jesse will skip. I forgot what fight he skipped. I don't know. He skipped he won't watch a Greg Hardy fight at all, which is understandable. But he won't watch Greg Hardy fight, and he won't. He skipped it. So well, good for him, right? But so I'm sure he'll watch this one. But if he says he won't, I believe him. So yeah. Other than that, there's NFL. The Cardinals are disappointing the fuck out of me again. It almost seems like we're back to the days when the Cardinals are a guaranteed W on everyone else's schedule. God damn, man. Like, how the fuck can you not stop anybody and you can't put points on the board? Got shut out. We got lucky the first week, got a pity touchdown. Now we got shut out by the Rams. And the Rams are good. Don't get it twisted. Those guys have a shot to go all the way. But, their defense is fucking crazy. Their offense is pretty high-powered. Not like Kansas City high-powered, who was Patrick Mahomes, murdering dudes. God damn, that kick and throw. But the Rams are ready, I think so. We played a really good team, and we got shut out. What are you going to do? I'm not convinced about Bradford, but I think the O-line's got him a little freaked out, and he's worried about getting hurt. So that's why he's, fucking out constantly. And you just feel kind of bad for Larry Fitzgerald for being on that team, and it's what is likely his last year in the NFL. So I guess we'll I don't know. It's disappointing as shit, man. We had a good run for the last few years of being a good team, and now it seems like we're going back to being that bullshit team that everyone just runs over. And everyone just you make a highlight tape and it's like 90% Cardinals against the Cardinals against the Arizona Cardinals for your highlight tape. So anyway, I think we're just a couple days away from the Khabib McGregor press conference. Everyone's excited for that. What kind of shit is McGregor gonna say? What is Khabib gonna say? Are we gonna get any physical fireworks the way we saw with Nate Diaz and McGregor? What are we gonna get out of McGregor? We haven't heard McGregor speak in a press conference in a while. You know what I mean? So, motherfucker. God, I'm annoyed with scared people when they're driving. They're scared shit. This dude just legitimately ran the red light. Holy shit. And he almost hit somebody. Yo, if you're driving in the morning and you're running red lights because it's rush hour and you're late to work, fuck you. You didn't get up early enough. You're fuck yourself. Maybe you should have gotten up a little earlier to go to work. Don't be a dick to everybody else out here and put everyone in danger. Straight up. And the last thing I gotta talk about on this one is this Kavanagh hearing. If you guys don't know, Kavanagh's I forgot his first name, honestly, because I don't care. But he's trying to become the next Supreme Court justice. He's Trump's nominee, right? And this lady, I guess a California professor came out saying that almost like 3 decades ago, like 30 years ago. I don't know if it was in high school or college. He forced himself on her, and I don't know if he raped her or sexually assaulted her, whatever the allegation is. Regardless, like, this dude is trying to become a justice, right? And they're trying to confirm him. The Republicans are trying to get him in there, and she comes out saying, this happened, and then she's got a name, like her name's out there. She's a Cal professor apparently, from what I read, unless I read it incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure I got it right. And she's like willing to go to Congress to testify, and I'm like, yeah, damn, this is about to get interesting. If she shows up to testify and they allow that, this dude could possibly be, taken off the list of. He basically wouldn't. It's possible he doesn't get confirmed as a justice. So, which would be a blow to the Republicans, because this guy's super conservative. I'm pretty sure he's like anti, help, supplying women with birth control, and he's an anti bunch of. Oh yeah, he's the one else that said that Hawaiians aren't Native Americans. Like, bitch, what the fuck? That shit. Dude. How the fuck are you gonna say Hawaiians are natives? Hawaiians are natives. They've been on the island forever. Fuck out of here with your bullshit. Fucking, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But regardless, it's important that they vet these guys thoroughly. And if he has something like that, if he actually did something like that, even if it's 30 years ago, it speaks to his character. It speaks to his character. Well, he's changed in 30 years. I'm sure he has. Still speaks to his character. Yeah, what did he write? He wrote some opinion about the Bill Clinton thing when he lied about getting a blowjob so his wife wouldn't find out. The problem is he did it, in front of Congress. Why Congress give a fuck about him getting blown? They were just trying to get him out of office, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. He wrote that the details mattered, right? Well, motherfucker, the details matter. So now it's become a fucking soap opera, and now we're all watching. So, I'll be interested in seeing that, honestly. I've been avoiding, ducking my head out of politics for a minute, like the last 2-3 weeks, because, and I don't know about everywhere else, but these November elections are coming. I think it's probably everywhere, but in Arizona, and I'm sure in a lot of other places, we have this shitty, annoying ass habit of having people put out smear ads against each other. And oh my god, if there's anything more irritating than a smear ad, on television, I haven't seen it yet. It's like somebody, so-and-so says that they're not gonna, they have this guy running for a governor against Doug Ducey. Doug Ducey's the current governor of Arizona, right? This guy, David Garcia. And this dude has said, I don't want a wall, and this stuff. I want to, I don't know, something about ICE. And the smear ad's he wants to get rid of ICE. The immigration and customs enforcement, whatever the fuck that stands for. And he's he wants to get rid of ICE, and he doesn't want no wall. All these immigrants are gonna flowing into Arizona. Bro, no, they're not. Relax. That's just not gonna happen. But the smear ads are coming out like crazy, right? And things taken out of context, quotes clipped. It's how it works. You know what I mean? And if you're trying to get me to vote for you, and if you're trying to get my vote by having me vote against somebody else, I'm already against you. I can't do that. You need to tell me why I should vote for you and not against somebody else. That's how it has to be. It shouldn't be well, they fucking suck worse than I do, so you should vote for me. No, fuck you. You can't suck. You know what I mean? If you're gonna run for something like that, you can't be a sack of shit. Straight up. And you're just showing me that you're a sack of shit. So I'm not voting for you. So I'm not voting Doug Ducey. I'm not, because he's just smear adding this other dude. So now I'm gonna look for an independent candidate that I agree with, and I'll vote for that, whoever that is. Do I like David Garcia? I don't know him very well. I need to research him, and I'm going to, and then I'll talk about it, and then we'll figure it out. We'll figure out who we're gonna vote for. But I'm not voting Doug Ducey straight up because he's smear adding. And then they have this other one about. This one's a little fucked up. So there's an ad about Kristen Sinema. I think she's a representative. I think she's running for Congress or something, or re-election, something. I don't know. I think she's in Congress and she's running for re-election. Like I said, I don't pay attention to politics as much as possible because it's it's worse than working at a call center. It's so crushing to even pay attention to this shit. But it's like she was quoted as like, I guess some dude, like she was against dudes. Okay, so the ad was basically talking about how some men have been busted with underage prostitutes, and she was quoted as saying, some of these kids in elementary school look older than me. And I don't know if I was taken out of context, but it seems like it was taken out of context. It's like another smear ad. I'm voting against. I'm not voting for whoever the fuck put this shit out. Like Martha McSally or something like that. It was like she's a veteran, first woman to lead a squadron in the Air Force, something or other. But I legit thought that, like, in the military you had high character. I know, like, in the military you're taught to have high character, right? What's the point of putting out a smear ad? And they're like, well, this is not endorsed by any candidates. Bullshit. I know how that works. I know goddamn how that works. You go. It's like having an LLC, right? You have a company, so then when someone gets mad at you and tries to sue you, they can't sue you personally. They sue the LLC. They can only sue the LLC. Yeah, that's how that works. You set up other people to put out those smear ads for you. So yeah, now I can't vote for you now, McSally. You can fuck all the way off with that shit. That shit's over. I'm not saying I'm gonna vote for cinema either, but I actually do put a lot of like research time into like who I'm gonna vote for, because I take that very seriously. But I wish everybody did, because sometimes people just show up and just check whatever the fuck box at the voting booth, and they move on. So it's, you know, they'll like research one or two things. You gotta research everything, man. I wish they would send out literature to everybody. I think they try to, but they don't do a good job of it. They try to send out all this research out to everybody to like, so they know what the fuck they're talking about when they vote. Hopefully people do. So I know I will. I bet the shit out of that. But anyway, that's gonna be it for politics for today. That's gonna do it for this episode of the Morning Toke. Appreciate you guys listening. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow morning. All right, and then of course Wednesday, keep it warriors at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Talking everything and anything, especially the McGregor Khabib shit and any MMA news that comes out, alright? Alright, y'all have a good day, good evening, good night, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're at on the planet. Catch you guys tomorrow.